Shameless Plug Studios. It's Salty Language with Brian and Tony.
Yeah.
We be jamming.
Is that episode 34?
Files 33.
Is it?
Was that the last one?
No, 33 was the last one, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Maybe we're going to have to just stop using numbers. What?
Move closer to the
my
mic.
little off?
Yeah.
That sound good in my headset.
No. You're a little,
See, when I
little
had,
distant.
When I had the mic up in my face, I'm
Yeah.
kind of slouched. So I was trying to get comfy.
Oh,
it's hard to find
hey,
a good...
this isn't about comfort. This is about quality.
That's true. That's
delivering for the people.
The peeps?
Yes. The masses. The millions.
By masses, you mean asses.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Probably not.
And millions.
Of salty fans?
The tens. No, we're a little better than that.
For the one of you in attendance and the 10 of you listening at home, Salty Language is proud to present. Oh, man. That should be our intro right there.
I agree. It should be. That'd be a good one.
Or for the none of you in attendance and the
even less of you.
The dozens of you at home. Yeah. Crikey.
That would be entertaining.
We made fun of ourselves.
So how was your past week since the last Salty Language?
Previously on Salty Language.
Previously. Gotta do the lost one.
Yeah.
Previously on Salty Language.
It's my baby.
Walt! If anyone watched Lost, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Walt! God damn you, Walt.
Not a whole lot other than, fucking, weather-geddon last night.
Yeah, weather-geddon blue.
Yeah. And hail and winds and tornado warnings.
Lightning.
Also that.
Yes.
Yeah, the lightning went on for a long time.
Yeah, it was quite the light. We had one of those ones where we're sitting there watching the tube, as we like to call it in our house.
YouTube?
No.
Oh.
Porno tube. No.
Nice.
But one of those like lightning
Sight
strikes.
of the week. No.
They're like, and it's like real bright outside the other side of the windows, the other side of the house. But it was one of those ones that was so close, you hear the TV pop a little.
Oh, my.
And then the whole house goes.
Yeah. I know.
That's
what started it off for me, because I was like, dude, did somebody detonate the house next door? That's how some of the thunder, it was like shaking our house. That was pretty crazy.
Rattle and shit.
Yeah. That's why at one point, my brother was over and he was like, I'm going to have to get a canoe to get home. And I'm like, fuck a canoe. You're going to need an ark.
Yeah, no shit.
We're going to start rounding up animals soon.
Ugh, that was good stuff.
And all I have to say is if it comes down to me to round up pairs of animals, there ain't going to be many animals left because I'm a lazy man.
Like, what's around me?
Yeah. I have one cat.
Hey, squirrel, come here.
Yeah. Squirrel! Inside joke.
Yeah, very.
And if you listen to Kevin Smith podcast, it's not the same joke.
No.
Because he has one where he does the squirrel thing, but it's a much different.
Right.
Much different. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, though. I got really nothing else. Been, fighting a sinus headache because of this baloney.
You know what I heard? Here's what you need to do.
Slam a hammer upside my head?
Yes.
Right in my face.
We're going to get into Earth talk with the Salty Language boys.
Do you know how the best solution I've ever had for my sinus problems was when I was in that
Wet
car.
Vac.
No, I was in that car wreck with Show.
Oh, well, you need some adrenaline then.
No. The fucking airbag punched me in the face. Motherfucker. Dude, I thought I've told everybody the story, but I thought my nose was broken.
Yeah.
And it wasn't broken. It was just fucking snot just pouring out of my face.
Delicious.
Pretty much. I kind of look like a girl in a
Maybe
bukkake
you have
video.
snot blood.
I never thought about
See?
that. That's pretty rough considering every morning I get up and I'm like,
like, oh God, I'm bleeding from my mouth again.
That's a mess.
No, I apparently if you have hay fever and shit, what you do is you eat local honey. Apparently nullifies it.
Really?
Yeah.
So eating local bees doesn't solve it?
No, they sting the shit out of you and you swell up.
That does explain some things.
But local honey, that's where it's at. Apparently. I don't know. I'm not a hay fever.
That's interesting, though, because I don't mind.
It's all the pollen and shit that they collect.
Correct.
And so that's just what I heard.
That's worth a try.
Yeah.
And honey's delicious anyway.
It is fucking delicious.
At least it's not like you have to eat local
But
diarrhea.
But it has to be like local, from our region. Not
like local, like my neighbor has to have had it.
Yeah, like that hive in the front of I got to go scoop it out of there.
Not again. Well, you know what? Oh, no, those are wasps. Never mind. I was going to say every year in our shed we have...
Yeah, you don't want honey from them.
No.
I think the only thing they deliver is pain.
Yeah.
Hot, stinging pain.
Much like me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Watch out, ladies.
Hey.
It burns when I pee.
That's not hot, stinging pain. That's the clap.
That's why I tell everybody there's always applause around me.
Fair enough.
Ah! Waka waka.
Yeah, see, the people listening to this will think, because it's going to come out on Monday.
Monday?
See, my Saturday...
Like Solomon Grundy?
Yes. Not my Saturday tomorrow, but my Saturday from the past.
Whoa.
Boy, you know,
Tony, we had to go to that.
Well, what's going on, Doc? But
it's your kid.
But nice. Typically, when I start boozing up, I have people watching my back.
Right.
You know.
Normally
so
the wife.
So normally I can hit that that plane of existence where I'm feeling good but not obliterated.
Right. So where you're like waking up wondering, it's like, my pants are wet. I hope that's not shit or piss.
Exactly. Well,
or the other.
I went way past that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it was not a good night for me.
Didn't wear your Depends, did you?
Well, at least nothing like that.
Oh, well, that's good. That's how you know you had one too many.
No, it was one of the things where I'm just drinking drinks. Like, we made some sort of strawberry banana frozen. It was good.
That'll happen.
You know, and I'm like, does this have anything in it? And people are like, oh, God, these are so rummy. I couldn't taste it.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm like, champagne and wine. I just...
What?
Yeah, well, because it was there.
What was next? Digitinis?
Well, dude, I just kept drinking because I was like, And then it was like, all boom.
Yeah.
Just hit me in the face, and I was done.
Like drinking slow gin or something,
where
you don't feel it for like an hour, and then you're like, I'm going to get up and go to the bathroom. You're like, hey, my legs are gone.
Exactly.
Right to the ground.
I mean, and you know, usually, like, you know, my woman's looking out for me and, like, starts feeding me water when I get... She
was looking out for you so she could laugh at you.
Scotch. You know?
Well, that does solve most problems. See, they should have been handing you beer, then you'd have been fine.
You're right.
I know.
Exactly. That was
flawless.
The problem, is I only had
Flawless
2 beers that night.
Oh, I'll see.
Everything else was way worse.
Flawless logic. Have a beer, you'll be fine.
But, you know, all I know
is...
is...
folks, we're not ending the show right there.
That would be funny.
Don't shut it off.
But, you know, apparently I had a nice 20-minute conversation with a good friend of ours, and, you know, just nothing but stare at her tits.
That's fine.
And apologize multiple times. I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Well, they're tits. What are you going to do?
I know, exactly.
They're mesmerizing.
And then it got...
Remember, though, again, one of the few times I'll ever quote Seinfeld, it's like looking at the sun. You look away.
No, I just stared.
You can't stare at the sun. Yeah.
And apparently, because I woke up in her guest room.
That'll happen.
At like 8 in the morning. I didn't wake up. I got woken up.
Oh, that's better than waking up in like your driveway.
But so what happened was, I guess Jeannie said, go up, you know, because I fell asleep on the couch. And Jeremy went upstairs, and he came back down and told Jeannie, well, your husband didn't quite make it to the bed, and there's clothes all down the hallway.
Oh, damn it, man.
So I just left a trail, and then almost made it to the bed.
Damn it.
Yeah, it was a rough night.
Yeah.
And normally, you know, what's better than delicious smell of donuts? Because we got up, and the kids, we had a babysitter stay tonight.
Yeah.
We go get donuts, and dude, I was still hammered when she got me up.
Yeah, that'll happen. I know, I went to work like that once.
I mean, it was bad.
Yeah.
And I had a warm box of donuts sitting on my lap, and I was almost puking because of how sweet it smelled.
Oh, right, yeah.
God, that's why I don't drink that heavy anymore.
Exactly.
Because I can't deal with the hangover. I didn't get out of bed till like 3.
Dude, I can't. The reason I stopped drinking like that is because I honestly think from the heavy drinking times that I fucking wrecked my stomach.
Oh, God.
And you've heard me vomit.
Yeah.
I mean, when I vomit, it's horrific.
I got...
Here, real quick, for anyone who doesn't know me, my girlfriend describes it as the scene from Ferris Bueller where you hear him, like the vomiting sounds through the door. It's very similar. Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Well, you know...
Like, I feel like I've been in a car accident if I vomit.
You think, like, why is this... Oh, it's due to all the poison I poured in me.
Yeah.
I did attempt to kill myself.
That's your body
night.
going, can you please not kill me? I don't appreciate this.
But yeah, it was brutal. I mean, like, the 5 days I was in Key West, I didn't get as drunk as I got.
Yeah, you just maintained probably through that, right?
Because I'm usually good at it. But that time, I wasn't feeling anything.
Right.
Then I was like, I stepped in front of a bootlegger wagon, got ran the fuck over by it.
They were feeding you moonshine is what they were doing. That wasn't scotch at all.
It was not good, which is weird because Jeremy's a big scotch guy.
Yeah.
And I know whatever he handed me was probably pricey. And I'm not going to enjoy it when I'm that gone.
What are you talking about? Yeah, he might as well have been handing you bottom shelf.
Yeah. What a night.
In the plastic bottle from Food Town.
Yeah, it just says Scotch. Spelled wrong.
Yeah, it's SKOCH or something.
It's on the same shelf as the tape. That's how bad it is.
It's 3M Scotch. It's the shit that they use on the adhesive on the tape. It's just the liquid form.
So yeah, that learned me a lesson.
No,
that I need to have a wingman at all time. Well, I did, but she was drinking heavily too. But she just, she wasn't nearly as far gone as I was.
Not flawless logic.
Oh God. So yeah, needless to say, this St. Patty's Day, I'm going to be taking it easy.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need to feel like hot death like 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
That was like the first beautiful day we had that Sunday. I'm in bed all day.
Oh.
And then like curled up in a blanket in the living room with Logan going, "Are you sick, Dad?" Yeah.
Nope, just stupid.
Exactly. Took me an hour to eat a fucking banana because it was so nauseous.
Well, plus you were trying to give off the sexy effect.
Well, true.
Yeah. You're all like deep throating it and
grab
over
the back
and
of
over.
my head. Slap myself in the face. So yeah, that was my week. Is a lot of nothing and then drunken.
At the end, you throw yourself a towel.
Yes.
You throw yourself a towel. Clean yourself up.
Clean yourself up. Got banana peel everywhere.
So you like uncircumcised bananas? I think I might have just said the title of the show.
That's a good one.
Well, let's see if that gets topped.
Shit.
I don't even know how to spell that. Whatever.
Don't worry about it. Just put Jew banana. Or wait, no. Savage banana, because it's unclipped.
I like it. Alrighty. Well, shall we get on with it?
Sure. Get on with it.
All right, well,
we diving headfirst in. Are we going to go into our top 5?
Yeah, like we were supposed to do the last 2 weeks, and I dropped the ball on one of them, and you dropped the ball the other week. So
we're good at dropping the ball.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
Soft hands, man. What are you going to do?
Well, we did. I think he said this was from. We did this after the show. We're going to break down the fourth wall here.
Don't.
Okay, we're not.
Yes.
So our top 5 is top 5,
as suggested by Mr. Daniel Devaney.
Yes. Which I would give away his Twitter handle, but I don't think he's on there. But
I think it's at Big Floppy Donkey Dick, right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's at I loves.
Oh, sorry.
LUVS.
I can has Big Floppy Donkey.
Dude, that's a new website. LOL Dicks. Wait, no. Never mind. No.
We can start it. I just don't want to have to maintain it. I'll register the domain for us, but if anyone wants to run
I can has gonorrheas.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez. That would be a terrible. Just photos of awful diseased dicks with funny captions. Anywho.
This one needs some proactive.
Or fire.
Yeah.
So we're doing top 5 movie weapons, as suggested by our pal Dan. And I'll get us going here, Brian. My number 5, and I don't remember what the gun was called, and granted I have the internet in my hand.
Yeah.
But that calls, we really need our research monkey here. I'm staring over at it's empty.
In his hand.
Exactly.
He's got the whole
but it's the gun from The Fifth Element. Remember that
one?
one?
Chris Tucker had?
No.
I'm
Nah, Chris Tucker had a microphone.
I know. Oh, I wish he didn't.
It was the one where, like, the dude, I don't remember his name. It had the homing bullets, like he shoots at the gremlin-looking guys, and the bullets just curve around them.
All right, fair enough, yeah.
I just liked it because it was entertaining.
That's fair. I'll allow that.
Allowed.
Man, that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I wish I had.
Like I said, I wish I had the name of it, but that would involve more research.
Cool Gun,
Fifth Element, with the guy with the goofy haircut. Because he did have a goofy haircut.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Been a while since you watched it.
It has, yeah. Well, it was tough to rent it when you worked at the video store because, all the 13-year-olds were, like, soiling themselves trying to get to it.
Well, that's true.
Because, it had, what's her face?
Mila.
Yeah, in, like, tape.
Basically, like, white masking tape.
Yeah.
And an orange wig.
Yes. Yeah. They were always trying to get that or Gia. So.
Well. Yeah. Gia!
Jim,
if you want to see Angelina naked, just get Hackers. It's a much better movie.
It's true.
At least she takes her shirt off.
Well, Gia, she's like fully nude for a lot of the movie.
I'm not impressed.
I'm just saying. That's why they wanted it, though. I mean, this is why Poison Ivy
because these
were
are the
always
same kids that are renting Tomb Raider and trying to get her to do cartwheels.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Fair enough.
They were hoping.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Camel Toe. Yeah. All right, let's see. What do I want to use here? We'll go with the top one I have written down. Is Jesse Ventura's gun from Predator.
The big-ass minigun.
Yup. Where it just sounded like a fan when he fired it up.
That wasn't a pretty awesome display of firepower, and he just fucking shot the jungle apart.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to bleed. That's my favorite line.
Until he ran out of ammo, and then.
Well, you'll have that. Then he get his chest blown out right
after.
that.
Yeah. Because I think he like heard or saw the Predator, and then or like saw the the little wigglies through the air as it moved.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, oh, yeah.
And that was it.
Yep.
God, that was a great movie. I need to watch it again.
Or Predator 2.
Or Predator 2. Although, from what I hear,
I'm too old for this shit.
And this is comedian Joe DeRosa. His
what?
bit. It makes perfect sense.
I think he's at Joe DeRosa on Twitter.
I think so. He's hilarious. But you watch Predator.
We are the home of shameless plugs.
Yes. you watch Predator, and it's Schwarzenegger and Apollo Creed.
Yep. Carl Weathers.
Yeah, and Ventura and all these badasses, right? Mm-hmm. And fucking Predator picks them off, all of them, except for Schwarzenegger. And Schwarzenegger barely lives, right?
Because he's like, hey, if I put mud all over me, he can't see me.
But then,
spoilers.
But then you have the newest movie, Predators, with Adrian Brody. And there's like 5 or 6 Predators, and Adrian Brody gets him out of it.
Yeah.
I have to agree with his bit. Doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
That hook-nosed buffoon against 6 Predators.
Because Predator 2 had Danny Glover, right?
Had Danny Glover, yeah.
So, and then again,
in the city.
And again, I believe he barely got through.
Yeah, he barely lived.
Yeah.
And it was still one Predator.
It was still one Predator, yeah. Hell, Aliens had a hard time getting rid of a bunch of Predators, but Adrian Brody got it. He had his Gillette fusion razor.
Well, that little, that shoulder cannon just deflected off that beak.
Yeah, no shit. Oof, that is a pretty big ski jump there.
Sure is.
All right.
Anywho.
Next.
my number 4, and once again, if I would have done some research, I could have came up with the name of this.
It's all right, I got it.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
It's the big-ass rifle that Red from that 70s show used in RoboCop. That looks a lot like the Halo sniper rifle.
You're right. I totally
think it's
agree.
Inspired by.
Right, but it is not a BAR, that's for sure.
It is not a BAR.
As watching Top Shot will have proven.
It is not a BAR. Or a BFG 9000, for that matter.
BFG.
Yes.
From
Duke
Nukem. No, Doom. Yeah. Oh, I was thinking that was from Duke Nukem.
But how great was that in that first shot when he lines it up puts the tripod on and just blows up the cop car?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a rifle.
Kind of reminds you of that sniper rifle that Grand Theft Auto had in it.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one where I showed you I was shooting cars and it like takes out half the back end?
Yeah. It is kind of like that.
Yeah.
Or like the big-ass sniper rifle from Call of Duty World at War, the Russian one.
Yeah.
Pow! Dude, leg goes flying off.
Yeah. That was great.
That was great.
I missed those days. I agree with you on that one because that was one I didn't have written down. But because I couldn't think of 5.
I love RoboCop. That's
mainly because I used to really like action movies and I've gotten away from them, so I haven't rewatched them since
I occasionally got to throw
early '90s or something.
And they're so hokey sometimes.
Oh yeah, most of the time.
Most of the time. Yeah. So what you got?
You know what I should have done is I should have just written down. Like Van Damme, Seagal.
Oh, you should have wrote. Oh God, I can't remember the guy's name, but there was the movie. It was just called Perfect Weapon, and it was him. I
like it. Well, I could have put Mel Gibson down. He was a lethal weapon.
That's true. That's true.
Anyways. My next one's the lawnmower shield from Hobo with a Shotgun. Actually,
that is a classic one.
That was just great.
She was a whore in that movie
with the heart of gold.
Oh, yeah, the whore of a heart of gold that had the engineering skill to make a Captain America lawnmower shield.
Right, from various things she found conveniently at the pawn shop.
Yes,
in the middle of a city that is rampant with crime.
Yes.
The pawn shop has
a shotgun.
That pawn shop had everything.
Well, if it's rampant with crime, he's buying everything. Clearly,
yeah, but you'd think people would rob that place regularly because he's got all this shit.
That's true,
right? Especially all the weapons. Remember the guns on the wall?
Oh God, there was an assload of them. Well, my number 3, Brian, is the Joker's revolver. The fucking long barrel shoot down the Batwing revolver.
I forgot about that. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
That was the best. He pulls his little coat aside, and there's just a little pistol and then pulls this big ass thing out with rockets and machine guns going off around him.
Yeah, and he just
great.
He's just like he's Luke Skywalker going right up the exhaust pipe of the Death Star.
Exactly.
You know,
use the Force, Joker.
Yo, I got this. He fucking pulls it out sideways.
I just love the pant barrels. That's pant barrel. Ugh.
Oh man,
Gun barrel. That's the whole pant leg.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough to walk around with.
It would be. Although pant barrel could be my new porn name. Just saying.
Starring Pant Barrel.
And introducing Pant Barrel.
You just pull it out. Nice.
Oh, hysterical.
Oh man. My next one is Ash's chainsaw hand.
Nice.
Because you just can't go wrong with that.
Funny enough, that's my next one,
is
too.
Is it? Nice.
Of course.
I kind of figured it might make it because that was just great.
Dude, it's a chainsaw hand.
Yeah, I know. I know two of them, you know, not two. I mean, the lawnmower shield, much different, but the chainsaw hand was just great. I remember when he first puts that on there, and I was like, that is fucking amazing.
It's a fucking chainsaw hand.
It's not really a hand anymore, but...
Well, yeah, but still.
We'll allow it.
It's mighty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you ever give up the chainsaw hand for a gauntlet in Army of Darkness?
Right.
Come on, Ash.
I'm with you. Well, especially so that you can choke yourself with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Chainsaw hand's not choking you.
Minute. If he would have had the chainsaw hand, would that mean evil Ash would come at him with the chainsaw hand then too?
Probably.
We could have had an epic duel of chainsaws.
Oh, that'd have been sweet.
Come on, what are they doing?
Probably would have been sweet until they clashed the chainsaws. That would have been a mess.
That would have been a mess.
Two chainsaws hit. I can't imagine that would be anything but a
they
real
both have
mess.
broken chains. Like, oh,
yeah. They start
pick
swinging
up the sword.
Yeah. Then it turns into a spanking contest.
I'll spank you with my chainsaw.
Oh, what is it? Is it the? Excuse me. The. God, what was that? I remember seeing one time there was like a contest where the guys like they get hit in the shins with like not cricket bats but some big paddle type thing. It's like whack.
Is this a hazing incident?
No, it's like some sport over in like England or something. It's like or some day or something. It's like shin whacking day, and I don't think I'm exaggerating.
That sounds about right.
Then that's the whole point is they just haul off and just wham and just crush each other in the shins.
It doesn't seem like a good time.
No. It seems like something that the...
It seems like busted leg day.
Yeah. Damn it, I can't think of the... Oh, shit. Those guys that, like, fucking hone their fingers on trees and shit.
Oh, like the monks and shit?
Yeah, it just seems like something they would do to strengthen their shins.
Muay Thai guys that kick trees.
Yes. That's what it seems like, was guys that are doing that. That may be how they train for it. I don't know, but...
Shit, whacking day.
Yeah.
Wow. We're on number one already, aren't we?
Yeah.
My number one, it's got to be, is the lightsaber.
It's pretty good.
Because every kid had a fucking lightsaber, even if it was a broom handle.
That's true.
It was a lightsaber.
It's true. Every flashlight that a kid got their hands on pretty much turned into
just an iconic movie weapon. That, you know, I mean, hell, I don't think I have it on my phone anymore, but I had a lightsaber app.
Of course you did.
You know, you hit the button, it goes, and then you swing it around, it makes noises.
Naturally.
You know? Why wouldn't you?
Much like your barrel pan.
Exactly.
Or pant barrel, whatever.
Pant barrel.
Which that would be more like the Schwartz.
The Schwartz.
My number one, because I did this just purely for the sake of comedy. It's not necessarily a weapon, but it's a very effective tool in a movie like that. Was the bat shark repellent from Batman.
That was Batman, the 60s movie.
Yep.
All right, I like it. That's a good one.
Because you had to have something to combat those sharks. You know, when you're on a ladder and they jump up and...
Wow, good old bat shark repellent.
I couldn't help myself.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite...
Although I do agree with you, lightsaber truly is the number one weapon. Yeah.
My favorite gif from that movie is when Batman's running with the bomb.
Yeah.
That's like the greatest gif I've ever seen.
One. Oh, man, that's such a great movie. I'm going to have to watch that again.
Indeed. I think I have it on DVD.
I do, too.
Excellent.
My mom bought it for me a while ago because she knows how much I enjoy it. That's a show I would actually love to own.
Because it's so
DVDs
fun and campy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's so awful.
Yes.
But I love it. Love it. We should watch it and review it. It's what we should do.
That's not a bad idea.
Just for a movies we love type of thing.
That is not a bad idea at all.
Like it. Well, we'll need something to refresh our pallets after the next movie that we'll be reviewing,
God,
which we shan't be talking about.
No, we shan't. But let it known it will be awful.
It will.
Forsooth, the man on the mountain said this movie would be awful.
And it was.
And it was.
Oh, crap. All right. You ready to do some news?
Let's do it.
Do some, Exactly. We really need like a slide whistle for various effects. Yeah.
I agree.
I'm
looking to get one.
Yep. All right, first story. Naked man steals fire truck, kills pedestrian in South Carolina.
I did this in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
It was hysterical.
I wasn't naked, but...
I was on the couch.
Fair enough. My favorite vehicle to steal in there is when you get down towards the south of the map, and there's that police, like that SWAT vehicle you can steal.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Where it has that fucking cannon on it.
Oh, yeah.
Just driving down the street, just shooting cars. Cars blow up in front of you, and you're just like shrugging them off because that vehicle takes a beating, but it's really slow.
It's fine. It's got a cannon on it.
Yep. A naked man stole a fire truck at a South Carolina apartment complex and sped away, killing a pedestrian who was walking on a sidewalk. The fire engine driver identified...
See what happens when you walk on sidewalks?
I know. That's why you should always walk in the street.
You got to yield to emergency vehicles.
Yeah.
Even while walking.
Yes, especially while on sidewalks.
And when they're driven by naked people.
Yes. He was identified as 26-year-old Calvin Hunt. Drove about 2 miles Friday before he hit a man, careened off the road, and then crashed into some trees. Hunt, who was pinned inside the fire truck, was freed by rescue workers and then started assaulting 2 police officers.
With his dick.
Man. I guess he plowed into 6 or 7 vehicles as he barreled through an intersection. Oh, my gosh.
I'm guessing there's drugs involved.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm not seeing anything.
Really? That is pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. They don't have any more about it, pretty much. Like, as far as drugs, alcohol, nothing.
Huh, shocking.
They also, once again, for using the word naked in the headline itself,
yes,
don't talk about him being naked very much through the article.
You think that'd be one for... they put naked in it just so people are like, ooh, titillating.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, I like it.
Do you think after he was wrestled by the police, he was a little... testy?
Oh, I see what you did. God. They just fought him until he went limp.
Oh.
All right, next story. Man blasts himself point blank to test bulletproof vest.
Please tell me he died horribly.
I don't think so, unfortunately.
Oh, that should have been how it was.
There's a video, of course, which you'll be able to see when you visit our Facebook page.
Indeed.
Plug. But I don't know.
He's an asshole. That's what I know.
Yes, as seen here in the spacious, albeit untidy, interior of his double-wide, a man prepares to shoot himself point blank in the stomach to test a bulletproof vest. No word what would have happened if the test had failed. I can tell you what would happen if it failed and you shoot yourself in the stomach at point blank. Bad things.
Now, why wouldn't you, I don't know, go to the range and hang it up and put it out and shoot at it?
Yeah. Or have a friend shoot you.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Or put it on... I don't know.
Or just go rob a bank and then run away.
That's true, too.
And make the police shoot at you.
Yeah.
Then again, they
would shoot out.
Then again, they may not shoot at your chest.
Yeah. Boom, headshot.
Yeah. Or they just take your knees out. Yeah. Oof. Really, though? Like, why would you do this to...
Asshole.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Thank you.
It looks like the guy just did it for...
I think I can go viral with this video.
Yeah, that's what... I mean, that's the thing, is I think the guy did it just so he could put it on YouTube.
Ugh. That's why this generation sucks. I know he was an older gentleman, but you know what I'm saying? The whole generation of, I got to see what I can do to get on the internet.
Yeah. Like doing podcasts.
He's no Nyan cat.
True, he's not. Here's a good way to get yourself on the internet, though.
All right.
Prostitute electrocuted while drying client's clothes. Family demands payment in Zimbabwe. I'm hoping that they were in Zimbabwe. Otherwise, this is a much funnier story than...
I agree.
No.
They demanded payment while speaking Zimbabwe.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call.
That's what it is.
A sex worker in Zimbabwe electrocuted herself while drying her client's garments on a clothesline, and now her family wants the client to pay up. Cops said that Mati Namo had spent the night at her client's pad and decided to do his laundry in the morning. Wow.
That's a name.
Maybe she got DNA all over it and was like, hey, I don't want any. She was killed instantly on Monday when she touched a clothesline, possibly because it was touching a live wire, which is how he gets rid of all his horrors.
Yeah. Hey, bitch, go hang up my dirty clothes. Ricked again.
Throws her right into the basement. Her relatives refused to bury her body, demanding payment for her bride price from the alleged client.
That's not a bride. She's a whore.
I know. Mabele is the guy's name, the John, insisted to reporters that Namo was his regular girlfriend and asked that her relatives sue the electrical company responsible for her death. Police dispute his claim that she was not a prostitute. Now, why do those have to be mutually exclusive? Can't she be his girlfriend and a whore?
She could.
I mean, I don't see why she couldn't.
Like, hey, baby, I gotta go out on a call.
Yeah. I mean, Well, look at Eva Mendez's character in Bad Lieutenant. She was a whore and she was a whore and his girlfriend.
Not good. Brain not function.
Oh, man. Kids these days.
See, that's what happens when you do laundry.
The one thing that I think supports the guy's claim that she was his girlfriend is the fact she did his laundry. I mean,
I agree.
Unless part of what he paid her for was, hey, I want you to do me the nasty and then wash my underthings.
Could be.
And he was like, look, I'll give you another, nothing because you're a woman. Get out and do it. No,
that's because that's his shtick.
Yeah,
zap.
Yeah,
it's like my.
And then he goes back in Grand Theft Auto style, just takes his money back.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like my uncle and his bird feeders. Ever tell you that story?
I don't think so.
He loves birds, right? Fucking can't get enough of them.
Right. The way the Colonel loves birds.
He's a happy man.
Oh.
Yes. But
I only like
but
birds.
He hates squirrels, right?
Yeah.
So he rigged up his bird feeders with electrical wires. And had a switch, so when a squirrel got on, he just electrocutes a squirrel.
That's also a good way to get dinner.
And he'd be like, fucking tree rats.
Wow.
Yeah, he hated them.
It would be funny if he made like squirrel jerky all the time and shit, you know what I mean?
Would be.
Or fucking hung their pelts.
For Halloween.
Yeah, just hangs their pelts outside as a warning.
Got a hat with like 30 squirrel tails on it.
Yes. Or
that's a cool hairdo. Oh my God, there's squirrel tails.
Or much like the powdered wig coat from last week,
Yes,
he just makes out of squirrel pelts. I like it. It's a good idea.
It works.
Oh, man. Oh, this is something. Man runs over car. Florida police arrest Norman Nowling for criminal mischief at Redneck Yacht Club.
Oh, I know what the Redneck Yacht Club is.
Do you? Wow.
It's like a mud hole because, look what I drive.
Fair enough.
It's like a mud hole to take your four-wheeler
So you're saying it's a Jeep thing?
It is a Jeep thing.
Police in Florida arrested a 40-year-old man on Saturday after he allegedly destroyed a 16-year-old girl's car during a spontaneous monster truck rally. Fort Myers resident Norman Nowling, I know, right? Was among the thousands of festival attendees who traveled to Punta Gorda over the weekend to celebrate the Redneck Yacht Club's Swamp Cabbage Weekend. Swamp cabbage sounds like a term for what gets brewed on a hot day in your undershorts.
That doesn't sound like a good term at all.
Not at all.
It's hot. My swamp cabbage is stanking.
Some of the old swamp Brussels sprouts. Gross. The annual gathering features live music, camping, ATV attractions.
That just means drunkards on ATVs hitting trees and each other.
And the largest mud party in the state. Woo! Around 5 a.m., authorities received a call from an unnamed teenage girl claiming that someone crushed her car, according to a press release. The girl told the police that she and her 37-year-old stepfather left...
AKA boyfriend.
Yes, exactly. Grandpa.
Her boo.
Her boo. Oh, man. Left the car in a field while they went mudding at the festival. Now, what bothers me is they quote that she called it mudding. And, dude, we're in the South. There's no G at the end of it. That's mudding. You ain't going mudding. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're going mudding.
Well, if she brought her little shitty car and they went mudding, maybe it's her stepdad's car.
Yeah.
Why would you leave a little shitty car in the middle of a field? Everyone's driving around with monster trucks and shit. If you're going to do that, have a sign on it. Don't crush me.
Yeah, please don't run me over. I am not for destruction purposes.
Drunken redneck, because I'm assuming that's the guy with
it is.
Spiked up mullet. He had to have just been probably tipping back 800 paps and saw his car and was like, oh, it's supposed to be part of the attraction. Yeah. Run the fucker over.
The girl heard that a few drivers destroyed a small car by running it over and returned to the field to find her vehicle destroyed.
That's awesome.
A security guard told police that a large crowd gathered and people were cheering for the victims.
They were.
Yeah. Cheering for the victim's 94 Toyota Corolla to be destroyed. At one point saying that the owner doesn't care, you can do it. According to press release, security then said a large white camouflaged van. How'd they see it?
Large white camo? Was it like snow camo? Or
It must be.
I don't get it.
With a
Wait, is a plain white camo? Because then it's like a pedo van in the sky.
That's true. Well, in Florida, white is camo.
Oh, it's true.
You only stand out if you're not white.
Especially in the panhandle. Oh, boy.
What is it? The camouflage van with 5-foot wheels showed up, and I know, right? And the crowd again said it was okay to drive over the car. It's fine. The crowd said it's okay.
Yeah, all these drunken assholes are like, it's fine. Of course it's fine. I would be there cheering.
I know, right? Like, I shot that guy, but everyone said it was okay.
Yeah, they cheered me on. It's fine.
The van put the front tire on the front of the car, smashing the hood, backed off, went to the other side and put his other tire on the hood, smashing it, and then went to the center, driving over the entire car. Oh, man. Authorities identified Nowling as the driver and promptly arrested him. He's charged with 1 felony count of criminal mischief.
What's that Corolla going to send him back? Like a G&a-half? I think he can cover it. Well, he is a redneck. Probably not.
I don't know, man. Well, it's a 94.
5-foot tires can't be cheap.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. In the South, they might be. I think those are standard on vehicles down there. You buy a truck, you automatically get that and the extended cab, I think.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Now, do you want the chrome truck nuts or the 5-foot tires?
How much for both?
Oh, you want the Big Daddy combo deal. All right.
Oh, man. Let me go ask my grandpappy brother. Speaking of things that are odd, Japanese cat lovers snarl at new law. Times are looking tough for Tokyo's cat cafes, where feline aficionados can drop in for tea and some time with a cat. At most establishments, it's the post-work rush that brings in the most cash, with tired and harried professionals. Now, I don't mean harried as in, hirsute.
Right.
They mean harried as in frazzled. Professionals dropping by on their way home to pet and play with animals as a way of relieving stress. But now the purrs of delight may be getting quieter. A revision to Japan's animal protection law, due to come into force on June 1, will slap a curfew on the public display of cats and dogs, forcing cat cafes to shut up shop at 8 p.m.
What's it matter? As long as the cat sleeps at some point.
Listen, Jen had the show Must Love Cats on the other day when we were watching it, and they showed some of these places because the dude went to Japan to see these. And apparently people are pretty damn crazy about their kitties over there.
You're saying the Japanese love their pussy?
I'm saying Japanese love their pussy and soil panties.
Well, of course.
That's
why they have
vending machines. Ugh.
So what? So people go in here to get like some tea and molest a cat, basically?
Yeah. They pay like an hourly rate, go in, rub some pussy, and have some tea. So it's pretty much like a massage parlor here.
Attraction? I don't get it.
It's like a massage parlor here with no happy ending.
The Japanese are so weird.
Well, no, actually, I will say this. As much as I don't want to be the one to, be the straight guy on this story, they showed over there that a lot of the houses don't allow people to have animals. Or their houses are so small that they can't have an animal, essentially, because it's just not room, really, which... That one I don't get, because, how much space your cat taking up? My cat takes up, like a cushion on the couch. Right. But I guess maybe all they're allowed is one chair for furniture, and now you have a problem.
You ever see the one dude's house? Basically, it's like the size of your kitchen, and everything, folds into the walls.
Yeah.
And shit. So, I don't know.
Now, the government says the real targets of this...
Now we're in America.
Woo!
Crush Corolla!
Not an Adam Corolla, though.
No.
The government says the real targets of this are late-night pet shops, which often sell dogs and cats around the clock. The animals are kept in small cages under bright lights that are never switched off, which is probably, to shut off the power. Because, You
got to give them hot lights. They're nice and tasty.
I don't know. They get overdone under the hot lights.
That's true.
I just prefer a nice, put them under the broiler for a short time, get them out to my table.
Yeah, make sure you salt and pepper them.
Well, of course. You have to, season the food.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was not unaware that this went on, but it's Japan, so I mean...
I am really curious how much the profits will go down to these places, because a lot of them, I guess, keep fairly long hours, and now they have to shutter at 8 o'clock.
Right.
I am wondering, that may be a significant hit to that industry.
So weird.
On that Must Love Cat show, it sounds like the average is about $10 an hour.
That is bizarre.
I know, right? I don't even think you get a free drink with cover.
I walk in the door,
go to the titty bar
my dog
instead.
gets all excited, and I'm like, get the fuck away from me,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine paying like $60 to hang out for an hour.
You know me.
Huh?
You know me.
I do know you. Get back to playing Batman.
Disembodied
People
voice.
like me that would willingly pay $10 just to hang out with a room full of cats.
Shouldn't you be in the kitchen?
You cannot deny the fact, knowing me, that you can't see me spend $10 to hang out in a cat cafe.
Nah, you're a penny pincher.
She'd find the one that's $9.50. Yeah.
I have coupon.
All right, moving on. This headline says, "This is why you're fat. 24-hour cupcake ATM." I'm sure you heard about this, right?
No, I didn't. But
oh my god, dude!
The ATM looks like it has a face. It scares me.
I know, dude. It literally is an ATM where you can get a cupcake.
That's pretty. Are they good cupcakes?
From what I understand, all right, here I'll read. It is a real short story, so we'll read this. Sprinkles, an upscale cupcake bakery, is opening a 24-hour ATM at their Beverly Hills location that will serve cupcakes, cupcake mixes, dog cupcakes, ice cream, and apparel 24 hours a day.
Apparel?
Yes. Need a red velvet cupcake at 3 a.m.?
Yes.
Your boyfriend just broke up with you.
Ugh.
Also, it's not actually an ATM. It's an automat. So after you touch screen your order, there's going to be a person behind the thing pushing your food through.
Oh, that's not as entertaining.
It's still cool enough, though.
Just, I'd rather walk into a shop and at least deal with the guy.
Yeah, but then, see,
well, maybe, okay,
it's harder to wave a gun in the face of an ATM.
Well, I was going to say, maybe 3 a.m. person doesn't want anyone to look at him when they're, like, shoving a cupcake in their
sorry,
face.
Sorry, folks.
Oh, my God, I think he just blew out the window.
I might have. But where is it? Still, if it's between late-night cupcakes or taquitos and a Slurpee from 7-Eleven, I definitely take taquitos hands down.
Yeah, fair enough.
Plus, wait a minute. This can't be right.
Wait, you know what?
No. You got to let me finish
all right,
this.
All right.
This quote says, plus they sell dong bags behind the counter. I don't know what
dick bags?
I don't know what a dong bag is.
That sounds like a scrotum.
It does.
I want
bags.
no part of this.
I know. I no longer want any of this.
Oh, so it's a cupcake ATM and a glory hole.
Yes.
Now I understand.
I like it. Actually, this story is from a couple weeks ago. This has already been opened. They're selling thousands of cupcakes a day through this thing.
Because it's the thing, too.
Right. Well, and it's an upscale cupcake thing.
Even if it was, you can't tell me if they open up
if they did that.
A cupcake ATM, say, by Costco here, there'd be assholes lining up.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Get a cupcake out of the machine.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, you're absolutely right.
I'm not saying I wouldn't be part of it.
I know. And the thing is, these cupcakes are probably $3 or so a piece.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're fucking hands over fist. Like the company in the other article I read said that they totally did not anticipate this kind of demand.
Kind of nonsense.
But hey, you know, whatever.
But going back to Japan and vending machines, I saw a pic of a vending machine in Japan that one of the slots, well, it was in like a clear plastic tube, was a bag of M&Ms and a little mini bottle of scotch.
That's a good time.
That's a good ATM.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I like it. Here we go. This was sent to us. I can't remember who sent this to us, so you get no credit.
But they'll remember and feel all warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, just smile to yourself. And no one will believe you if you say you sent it in.
Or you can, well, that's true. So you can send it to our Twitter and we might credit you.
Nope.
Or we won't.
All glory to us. We found this in our email box.
Look what we found.
In our email box. A dumb criminal of the day. A man whose attempted robbery of a Wells Fargo in Chamblee, Georgia, had been foiled by bullet-resistant glass was caught after he returned to the bank to withdraw money for cab fare. 40-year-old Trevor Gladstone reportedly handed the Wells Fargo teller a note demanding cash and threatening to shoot, but feeling sufficiently protected by the bulletproof divider, the teller balked, and the would-be robber was forced to retreat. Gladstone then took a cab to a nearby MARTA station, which I'm guessing is like the
like TARTA.
TARTA is
bus.
Here. It's a bus
Mass
type
transit.
thing. It's probably for like the, you know, I don't know. Anyways.
Mass transit.
Yeah. Where he had parked his car. After informing the driver he had no money to pay the fare, Gladstone tried to leave but was blocked by the cabbie. A police officer was alerted to the situation, somehow convinced him to return to the scene of the crime to obtain the money needed to pay his fare. However, before he was able to re-enter the bank, he was stopped by a second police officer who ID'd him as the perp with help from bank employees.
What a dumbass.
He was promptly arrested and now faces attempted bank robbery
As he
charge.
should be.
What an idiot.
Oh, my God. Putting a bad name on criminals.
I know, right? That's the Darwin file, seriously, though, too.
Yeah.
That does feel like something you'd read in, like, the Darwin books.
Yeah.
You know, because... Ugh.
Ugh.
All right. Too cruel for stool. Jeez.
Oh, my.
Too cruel for school of the day. Bullying of gay teens. This was sent to us by Matt Stone. I'm pretty sure the last one was, too.
Fair enough.
But bullying of gay teens at high schools across the country is a serious problem. I want to stop it right there, and I have a quick rant I want to go on.
Oh.
Bullying of any kids is a problem.
Not just gay teens.
No, it's not.
Nope.
Speaking
Mexicans.
as a very depressed kid in junior high and high school, being bullied in any way is what's leading to these kids committing suicide. It has nothing to do with the fact that they're gay or whatever. Teens tend to be depressed.
That's not what the media tells me.
I know. That's my point. Listen, and the proof is in the music. Go back to when we were teenagers and listen to the music. We had nothing but angsty, depressing music.
Yeah.
That was like our whole...
According to Billy Corgan, it was the best music ever.
Yes. Well, Billy Corgan was also putting out his best music ever during that time. I mean, let's be honest about that. But, all right, back to the story. But what do you do when the biggest anti-gay bully at the school is the principal? He's no pal.
Oh.
See what I did?
Ugh.
Dorothy Bond. That was mine. That wasn't in the story.
It sounded like it could have been.
I should have just left it alone.
You shoulda.
Damn it. Dorothy Bond, head of Haywood High School in Brownsville, Tennessee.
Dorothy Bond.
It's in Tennessee.
Of course.
Yeah. Has stirred controversy in her community for allegedly telling gay students at the school they are going to hell.
Wow.
So? I'm not saying gay kids are going to hell, but, if you listen to a lot of religious people, pretty much everyone's going to hell.
Exactly.
I love the quote in The Simpsons from Homer when he's talking to God, who's like, I'm a good guy, I go to work, and I whatever. He's like, why should I spend my Sundays just listening to how I'm going to hell? And I was like, that's a great line.
Does a guy go,
Yeah, he does. He's like, oh, that is a good point. Yeah. According to multiple students who were in attendance at a school assembly on February 9th, the Princeton Not Pal threatened students displaying same-sex affection in public with a 60-day suspension or even expulsion.
Oh, jeez.
I want to say one quick thing there, and of course, anyone who knows me knows...
She's never seen chicks make out?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Chicks making out's always hot. No, I'm not kidding.
No, you're not. It's fine.
Not always.
Okay, good point. It's not always.
No, anyways, I have nothing against gay people. I'm totally fine with it. Mm-hmm. I do, however, have a problem with PDA. I am not a PDA person. I don't care if it's straight, gay, none of it. Bestiality, keep it in your farm.
Oh, I find like a Palm Pilot.
Oh, dude, really? Flashing us back to 2000. So I don't think that there should really be PDAs inside school anyways. Right. Remember when we went to school, you couldn't. Yeah. Like if teachers or whatever saw you hugging, kissing, even holding hands, you could get in trouble.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with that as long as it applies to everybody.
Yes.
Now 60 days is a long fucking time for a hug.
60 days in the hole. Sorry. Vagina hole.
I need a cricket sound right there too. 60 days in there though? Yikes. Yeah, you're going to be pushing some rope. Damn it, Archer. How do you say pushing the rope? All right, anyways. Where is it? There we go. This is not the first time
Dorothy Bond
has been accused of making derogatory remarks aimed at gay students. She also repeatedly threatened to discipline students who did not bow their heads in prayer and told pregnant students their life is over. Well, that's true, though. I mean, how can you cook when you got a belly like that unless you're Irish? I mean, then you're used to it.
No, they've got cosmetology.
That's not cooking.
Nope. The district has yet to comment on whether
Dorothy Bond
would be reprimanded for her alleged comments.
I prefer my gays shaken and scared.
Wow. Yeah. Dang, dude. Update. ABC 24 reports that Principal
Dorothy Bond
has resigned. The school district released a statement saying that the Haywood County Board of Education quote, strives to provide an atmosphere of tolerance and diversity while maintaining high academic standards, unquote.
Oh, money, punny. Don't you just hate the gays?
You know what that tells you? That tells you that
Dorothy Bond.
I almost bet you money that they would probably like, let's see what happens. And then parents were like, hullabaloo, hullabaloo. Yeah. And then they were like, okay, here's your choices. Resign or you're fired. And she was probably like, deuces.
I guess I'll resign.
You know how it is. A lot of times they'll be like, look, if you resign, we'll give you your pension.
Yeah.
If not,
we
fire
you. The option.
Yeah, if we fire you, all you get's a foot in the ass.
Either way you're walking.
Yeah. You're bumming. Ugh. Oh, all I have to say is, I hadn't considered her for shithead of the week, but we'll go ahead and call her cunt of the week.
Fair enough.
Because we may have
a new award.
Yeah, the first time, I believe, too.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm. First inductee into the Cunt Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Woman's lawsuit against Roman Catholic College says roommate had too much sex. First of all, is there such a thing?
Did we cover this already?
We did, but the people listening do not know
was
that.
On a mystery show.
I mean, no, we did not.
Okay. I always want to make sure.
How are you remembering that? You said after 2 weeks you wouldn't remember.
This one's a good one.
It is a good one. So, all right. That's why I didn't delete it. I got rid of a couple that we covered in the show no one heard except Jen.
Well, yeah. And the cat.
And the cat.
Well, there's so much stuff I read and hear and everywhere. It's like, God, did we talk about this?
Whoa.
What?
You don't read.
Dude, if it's got pictures, I'm good.
This picture has nothing to do with it.
Oh.
Some woman peeling something off her face.
Sense.
Yeah. A New York woman has filed a lawsuit against her former Roman Catholic college in Boston, claiming administrators didn't do enough to help her when she complained that her roommate was having too much sex in their dorm room.
Problem? The problem was like, Linda Blair from The Exorcist. She kept yelling at her, your mother sucks cocks.
Yeah. Her head was fucking spinning as she's getting laid. And Lindsay Blankmeyer,
fans of crucifixes.
Yeah, said in a federal lawsuit that she suffered from depression and attention deficit disorder because,
lack of dick?
I mean, seriously, how tough's it got to be to try to study when all you keep hearing...
meh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah. It's tough to...
Damn bunk beds rocking apart.
Yeah. Well, especially when it's right above you.
Well, I was thinking she's on top, so she gets extra sway because of the altitude.
Right. Yeah. Or better yet, they don't have bunk beds. There's two singles or whatever, yeah. She said she did not have that, but she was driven into suicidal depression after school officials wouldn't give her reasonable housing alternatives to get her away from her roommate. She said basically her roommate had sex with her boyfriend while she was trying to sleep just feet away.
Oh, no.
And also participated in sexually inappropriate video chatting while Blankmeyer was in the dorm room. So, first of all, they didn't have the old tie trick. Tie hanging out the door means stay the fuck away. Nothing?
And sexual
they hang a tampon or something?
Explicit video chatting, that means that broad's on the internet somewhere.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it goes nowadays.
Find her.
To the internet.
You'd think being a Roman Catholic college that if they would look into the inappropriate video chatting and whatnot, and if that's the case, you'd think they'd throw her out. Because, here's a for instance, okay?
Yeah.
Like, anyone who goes to, BYU, they have to sign the...
like an agreement?
Yes. Basically saying you won't have premarital sex, because I don't know if you remember this. Was it last year, I think it was? A basketball player, it came out that he had premarital sex with his girlfriend, and he was basically thrown off the team.
You've been exiled.
Yes. I mean, in the school, and years ago...
Grab your bags and walk out of Salt Lake City.
Yes. There was a girl on The Real World, and after having various debauchery on the show, she was kicked out of the school, too.
Yeah.
So it's, and I'm only using them as an example, but a lot of those kind of schools, a lot of the religious schools have kind of a code of conduct.
Roman Catholic. Those Romans are crazy.
It's true. It's true. It's like, all right, who wants to wear a mask?
Hey, guys, it's the Caligula dance.
Oh, God. No, she complained to the school, and they offered to put her into... She wanted them to force her roommate out to give her an acceptable private room, and she ended up living in a hotel. The school refused Lindsay's request for a single room, and in following weeks and months, Lindsay fell into a dark and suicidal depression, requiring her to take a leave of absence from school and undergo...
What a stick in the mud.
I know. Extensive psychiatric and medical treatment.
I got an idea. If you have problems, just join in.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just hop on in.
Yeah, there you go.
And
just, what you do is you hop in and make it horrible. Right?
Yeah. You ever see
like
that?
Stick a cucumber up his ass, and he's like, "Whoa, I'm not into that."
You ever see that video when it's like the worst blowjob or whatever? And it's this redhead bro. She's like, "How dry do you like it? My mouth's like a desert." It's hilarious.
Exactly, right? Or, get him all hot and bothered and be like,
"Do you like teeth?"
No, it's like this girl jumps in, and at some point, she's all whatever, and the guy's like, "Hey, you should get naked and, join in." And she was like, "All right, but where should I put my dick?" Just something to kind of break up the mood.
She just opens up the robe. She's got just a giant strap on.
Right. Like, who's up for pegging?
You know what my favorite game is on my phone? Peggle.
You hold him down, I'll make him scream. Gonna squeal like a pig, boss. But, I think it's interesting because the school offered her to move her to another room.
Yes.
But she was like, I don't want to do that because, random room.
Well, we can move you to the little boy diddling room.
But I don't know. It's like to ask for a private room, I think, is going a bit far here.
Yeah. It almost sounds like she just wanted a private room. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if she would have been happy if any roommate.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The other thing is, it's like, a lot of college students don't spend a lot of time in their room.
Yeah.
A lot of them will, like, when they're trying to study or what have you, will go to, like, the lounge or a library or whatever.
A trendy coffee shop.
Or a trendy coffee shop.
Yeah.
Or Tio's, located conveniently in Ann Arbor, not too far from the school. And has delicious Mexican food.
Mount not cheesemo.
As seen on Man vs. Food.
Yes.
We're not being paid for this, although, God, I wish we were.
Should be.
Forget, I don't even want money. I just want the food.
I'll get paid in nachos.
Hell yeah.
I'll get paid in those delicious Chipotle sweet potato empanadas.
Man. You just tell me once a month I can have a free meal up there, and I'm like, good. I'll promote you every week.
Exactly.
Ugh. All right, let's move on from this stick in the trash.
Crucifix in the mud. Damn Roman Catholics.
There she blows.
Oh, the girlfriend
explodes.
again. Oh, okay.
No,
roommate again.
This was sent
because that would be hilarious.
Yes. Oh.
Pop out in a Gordon's fisherman suit. There she blows.
I like it. Oh, man, this is a fucking mess. I will warn people, if you click on the link for this story, it's pretty brutal, the picture.
Now, just kidding. Okay,
all right.
I can wait. I'll be patient.
This is in Taipei, your favorite place.
Oh, yes, big fan. I have a condo there.
Residents of Tainan learned a lesson in whale biology after the decomposing remains of a 60-ton sperm whale exploded onto a busy street. Was it like a bukkake?
No.
Anyways. Showering nearby cars and shops with blood and organs and stopping traffic for hours.
Awesome.
The 56-foot-long whale had been on a truck headed for a necropsy by researchers when gases from eternal decay caused its entrails to explode.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
In the southern city of Tainan. Residents and shop owners wore masks while trying to clean up the spilt blood and entrails.
That's awesome.
Quote, "What a stinking mess. This blood and other stuff that blew out on the road is disgusting and the smell is really awful," a BBC News report quoted one Tainan resident as saying. The whale died on January 17th after it beached itself on the southwestern coast of the island. Researchers at the National Cheng Kung University in Tainan said enough of the whale remained to allow for an examination by marine biologists. Once moved to a nearby nature preserve, the male specimen, the largest whale ever recorded in Taiwan, drew the attention of locals because of its large penis, measured at some 5 feet, the Taipei Times reported. More than 100 Tainan City...
Why would that be the attraction?
No, hold on.
Okay.
More than 100 Tainan City residents, mostly men, have reportedly gone to see the corpse to experience the size of its penis, the paper reported. That line right there is actually why Garrett sent it to us. It's not the rest of the story at all.
They're at the bar, you're having some sake. Yo, Junkin, you see the size of the cock in that whale? What? And he just runs out the door.
No, I haven't.
Are you kidding me?
Pat. Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, all I could think of when you first started talking was that old school where they blow up the whale corpse with dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
And it just rains chunks of whale everywhere.
That's pretty much what happened.
Basically what happened.
Except it was all natural.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was just the breakdown of the gases built up and had nowhere to go.
Now, maybe it was Pinocchio inside reaching Super Saiyan level 1000.
Oh, I like it. I don't think Pinocchio reached Super Saiyan levels.
He's not a Dragon Ball kid?
I don't think so. Maybe he got too excited and his nose poked a hole in there and kaboom.
All hell breaks loose.
Mm-hmm. Well, all internals broke loose.
Yeah,
but
fair enough.
Oof, what a mess. What a revolting development.
Now, which Taiwanese guy ran out and found the exploded cock and took it home?
I know, right?
That's what I want to know.
Fucking had it mounted above over his fireplace.
It's the one Taiwanese guy I see riding his bike to work wearing a big cock suit.
And still having 3 feet to spare.
Yeah, that's because they're little people.
Yes. That was the joke.
Oh, it's getting caught in the chain and the spokes.
Oh, dude, getting your dick stuck in the chain's no good.
It's no good. Not even when it's not yours, it's no good.
It's worse when it's yours, though.
It's true.
Hey, he picked it up and carried it.
Stereotype says they don't have to worry about that. So
Nice.
Just saying.
Oh, man. Gypsy wife becomes world's youngest grandmother at 23.
Wow, that's creepy.
Isn't it? Where is it? A gypsy wife becomes the world's youngest grandmother at age 23. Rivka Stanscu from the village of Investa, Romania, told how she gave birth to her daughter while only 12.
Jesus.
Despite her mother's pleas to stay in school, Maria gave birth to son Lon at the age of 11.
Oh, my God. The gypsies are terrible.
No shit, dude. How about you don't teach them to be whores?
Yeah, exactly.
Rivka, now 25, told the son, I'm happy to be a grandmother, but I wish something else for Maria and something else for me. Lon is a good...
like anything.
Oh, actually, that might be Ian. That might not be Lon. Whatever.
Yeah,
he's a good boy. And he's already engaged to a girl aged 8.
Oh, jeez. Come on, gypsies.
Which means an 8-year-old girl will marry, or an 8-year-old girl's engaged to an 11-year-old boy. So let's hope he knocks her up. That way she can fucking have a kid at age 9.
Youngest great-grandmother.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
Oh, I see. She was born in 85. Rivka defied her family's wishes and ran away with a jewelry seller when she was 11 and he was 13. I tell you.
Isn't a jewelry business at 13? I'm moving to Romania.
I know.
Man.
I don't think I'm going to.
All the broads are hot.
Jesus Christ, dude. You know what's funny is because she doesn't look 25. She looks a little older than that. But this is her husband. Like, this dude looked like he's 20.
He likes him young.
Yeah. I mean, he is 20
young.
something. He's what, 20?
Is there any pictures of this with Chris Hansen popping out of the corner?
Yeah. What's with all the vodka?
Yes. Would you like to have a seat over here?
Like, aren't you the one that cheated on your wife? We're not talking about that today.
Right, we're not talking. We're talking about you. Mm-hmm. And then because he's in a gypsy house, he just gets stabbed to death.
Right. And speaking of another creep,
you'll become thinner.
New Jersey janitors accused of binding and gagging students in bathroom.
Problem?
Yeah, seems normal, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mess up this hallway, will you? See what happens?
Damn groundskeeper Willie.
Nice.
2 janitors from Gregory Elementary School in Long Beach, New Jersey, were fist bumping and have been placed on paid suspension after they allegedly bound and gagged 2 10-year-old students with tape in the bathroom and took pictures of them. Now, this seems really sexually creepy now. Local site The Link News reports that although officials claim the incident was meant as a joke, the Long Branch Police Department and Institutional Abuse have launched an investigation to determine the motives behind it.
Creeps?
Well,
and ghouls?
Here's what you find out. Were they furiously masturbating while taking the photos?
That could be.
Or
using their dicks as tripods.
Yes.
To balance the camera.
Did they get them caught in a chain?
Were
100 Taiwanese people coming to see them?
It's just a line of little Taiwanese people out the bathroom door.
Superintendent of Schools Michael Salvatore said that all teachers at the school have been instructed to report whispers of any similar incidents at the school, and that the 2 janitors were sent home immediately after the security camera footage was reviewed.
You go home and think about what you did.
Yes.
Oh, I will.
Can I have those photos? It'll help. This is from the principal, or superintendent, I mean. Regardless of criminality, as the acts are claimed to be without malice and in jest, we have taken abrupt action as a safeguard to the children. It is the responsibility of all staff to ensure the safety and well-being of every child. Unquote.
Except for the creepy janitor.
Yes. They're not teachers, so I don't know. Regardless of whether or not the incident was intended as a joke or whether charges will be filed, area residents are clearly unhappy about the news.
Brian, you know what I find hilarious?
Huh.
Binding and gagging children in the bathrooms.
Yeah, me too.
And then photographing them.
Me too.
It's fucking hysterical.
In fact, we should start a website. Wait. Salvatore told the station that while there's no evidence to suggest the incident was sexual in nature and that there has been some emotional distress at the school and the staff have lost sleep over the situation. Why? I don't know. Okay, so if it's not sexual in nature and it was meant as a joke, what's the joke? Like, no, it'd be different if they were like, "Hey, I caught this kid like taking a giant dump in the trash can."
Yes.
You know, so I tied him up.
I bound and gagged him, rolled on him.
Yeah. It's like, okay, well, at least now you're, you know.
I turned him into a Choco Taco.
Oh, dude. That's fair, though.
Exactly.
But, you know, that's how, you know, something like that, at least you could go, okay, well, that's too far, but at least we understand.
I figured I'd teach him a lesson by binding him, gagging him, and then beating off in his face. I mean, I don't get it.
What are you trying to teach him? Don't let people bind and gag you and beat off in your face.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's useful.
I'm trying to teach him the valuable lesson of erasing memories.
Yes. Speaking of a memory I'm sure someone would like to erase, marathon winner disqualified because he didn't sign up for the race.
Please tell me he ran the whole marathon.
Scott Downward was stripped of his title in last week's Cowtown Marathon because of paperwork, or more specifically, a lack of paperwork. The 25-year-old won the marathon in Fort Worth, Texas on Sunday.
Makes the story even better.
Was DQ'd when he crossed the finish line because he never registered for the race.
How happy he
was?
It's
like, congratulations, fuckhead. You didn't turn your paperwork in.
He was like, I trained for years for this.
Yep.
Yeah. And
they start walking toward him.
DQ him.
They start walking towards him with the trophy, only to sidestep him and go to the next guy.
Two guys. One guy's trophy, the other one. They walk up and just rip his number off and shove him to the ground.
Yeah.
Give the trophy to the guy behind him.
Oh, man. Downward was using the bib of a friend who had signed up for the race but was unable to compete. The Oklahoman freely admitted the issue to race officials when confronted with it after crossing the finish line. Colin Stiles, 25, was named the winner. He finished the race in 2 hours, 40 minutes, 54 seconds, more than 3 minutes behind Downward. I'll take it, said the winner.
That's right, I won, bitches.
A race official told the newspaper that Downward was understanding about the DQ and said he'd come back to compete next year. And he'll, like, sprain an ankle or something.
I think that's hilarious.
Remarkably, a similar situation occurred in the 2003 race. Over 9,000 men and women participated in numerous races.
How do you not... I'm going to go run 26 point whatever miles, but I'm not going to actually sign up for it. How does that happen?
Yeah, they said he used the bib of someone else, so he probably just thought it didn't matter.
Well, probably, but they said it's happened before. That's why I don't.
You would think they would, point that out in the rules, like, hey, this is a non-transferable bib.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't Red Lobster. You can't just hand it off to who's sitting next to you.
Definitely no cheddar biscuits.
No. That'd be something, wouldn't it?
On those tables?
You run the marathon. There's just a tray of cheddar biscuits.
A tray of cheddar biscuits and a tray of drawn butter shots.
Ooh. Oh, God. It's like, see if you can not have a heart attack. Yeah. It's like the Krispy Kreme race I think I saw on Travel Channel the one time.
I don't know. Sounds delightful, though.
Yeah. I think it was on Man vs. Food he did it. Or it's some, like, there's, like, 3 parts of it or something where, you have 3 people on your team.
Right.
And basically the first person runs so much, second person, and then you finish together or whatever. But you have to, like, eat something and then you run, basically. And it's not just...
awful.
Yeah, and it's not just something light. It's fairly
like
heavy
something
fare.
Heavy, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a whole fried chicken or something.
Something like that, yeah. Or a whole boar,
delicious. A little gamey, but yummy.
Speaking of delicious things, man sues AMC theaters over snack prices. Suit alleges theaters' prices violate Michigan Consumer Protection Act. Movie theaters have been long the target of consumer ire when it came to rising ticket prices, but a man in Michigan feels the steep price for theater snacks is worthy of a lawsuit. Joshua Thompson of Livonia filed a class action lawsuit in Wayne County Circuit Court against his local AMC theater with the aim of forcing film houses around the state to reduce their snack prices. He got tired of being taken advantage of, his lawyer says. It's hard to justify prices that are 3 and 4 times higher than anywhere else. According to the publication, Thompson claimed in the suit that he used it to bring his own snacks to the theater.
Yes, that's what you do.
Until AMC posted a sign on the doors banning any outside food or drink.
Sneak it in.
Haven't they always had those signs? I don't remember the theaters not having those signs.
Who checks pockets for snacks?
I do.
Those ushers could give a shit.
I do it while I'm in the theater. If I find someone, I point them out.
Narc them out.
Yeah, I do.
Take it all off of you.
Yep.
Or check their pockets for snacks and pickpocket them.
Yes, that's actually what I do.
Gummy worms.
Well, apparently it was in 2009. AMC joined Regal Entertainment Group in banning outside food and drinks. I always just thought that was a rule.
Yeah, I never was.
I don't remember them ever having that. Like, I don't remember any theater ever, like...
I think everybody's done the move as you open your pop.
Yeah, right. I would always take a bottle and open it before I go. No. In a statement released at that time, Sundee Larson, Vice President of Corporate Communications for KC-based AMC Entertainment, said AMC recently reviewed its company policy regarding outside food and drink and will no longer be permitting guests to bring in these items, as is in the case with many entertainment venues. We are also reviewing and revamping our concession menu, and we're vigorously investigating many new items to add to our location nationwide to provide our guests with as much choice and value as possible. And AMC has not commented on this lawsuit. So basically what they're saying is they're going to review their menu, put in more high-scale things, and charge more money.
Exactly.
That's what they're going to do. Because you've seen it in the theater like that opened in, remember when the new one opened in Maumee?
Yeah.
You know how they actually have the food area, not
like
just the concession?
Bar and stuff like that.
Yep, and that shit, those all...
crazy expensive.
Exactly. That's what they're going to do. Yeah. That's how they get around that shit.
I really wish we had a trendy little theater like we used to, like the old art theater in the South.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking more of like that one we went to see Kevin Smith.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That was a pretty neat theater. The one in...
I'm just saying, anything that would show, like, I don't know, smaller movies.
Nudie flicks.
Well, yeah, that too. And I have shitty prices.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Like when me and Jen went to... I forgot where it was where we were at. Was it Bucyrus, I think?
Right.
That one theater we went into where tickets were like $4 to the movie. The popcorn thing was like a refillable tub.
You know what? The Maumee...
And it was all like super cheap, though.
The Maumee Theater, the old school one, they do that.
Do they?
They have older movies.
Yeah.
But
now the one we went to that was when me, myself, and Irene came out.
Had first run stuff?
Yeah, first run stuff.
Cool.
It's a small theater, probably only seat like 30 people or 40 people, but...
Well, see, what I want to do, though, if that Maumee one, because you can do it like birthday parties and shit there.
Yeah.
But you also can just rent the theater.
Yeah.
And they'll play whatever movie you bring.
Sweet porn.
Dude, but no, how great would it be to get a bunch of people and do like a Quentin Tarantino day?
Oh, yeah, that too. I was thinking rent it yourself and just be like, yeah, I want you to run these porn movies.
Sir, these are all you in here. Yep.
I like seeing my ass on the big screen. Slap that ass. Now for kind of an interesting, depressing story. Chupacabras with fangs and wings blamed for sheep deaths in Mexico.
Chupacabras multiple?
Yep, that has an S at the end.
Oh, shit.
Did a legendary chupacabras kill, or maybe not, because it says a chupacabra, so maybe that's just...
It's always plural?
Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, killed 35 sheep in the Mexican town of Paracuaro. That's what local citizens want to know as they ponder the mysterious deaths of their farm animals. According to the UFO Chronicles website, take it with a grain of salt.
Oh, boy.
The Mexican state, Michoacan's Diario, ABC reported that the unfortunate sheep were slain in the wee hours of March 1st, with their bodies displaying claw and tooth injuries, especially under the neck. One man who was looking after the sheep in their pens said that he saw the creature responsible for the attacks. He reportedly said it had fangs, claws, and wings. The enclosure where the sheep lived also included cows, horses, and pigs, which apparently weren't injured in the attack.
Sheep fetish.
Anything mysterious in Mexico is unfortunately labeled a chupacabras, according to Lauren Coleman, director of the International Cryptozoology Museum in Portland, Maine. Really? So this happens in Mexico, and they were like, okay, where can we get someone to speak on this?
Yeah.
Portland. That's quite a ways from Mexico.
That is quite a ways.
Yeah. After looking at the video of the current chupacabra story, Coleman is dubious.
Chupacabra.
I see one sheep with its neck cut, but despite what is said, all of the sheep are not dead, and the bodies do not show a great deal of mutilation, Coleman wrote in an email to the Huffington Post. Coleman suggests that the animals succumbed to some kind of disease rather than a predatory attack. as to one eyewitness saying he saw that it had fangs, claws, and wings and moved very quickly. Well, how big, what color, no drawings? More pictures?
Yeah. No, drawing. It's Mexico, Brian, drawings.
Yeah. Apparently and then this kind of goes on to where it basically, it's more people debunking that it was probably, not a chupacabra.
Not chupacabras. Yeah. So is that going to be the newest show in history, finding chupacabras?
Dude, I hope. If so, I want to be part of it.
Be like really shitty night vision camera work.
Yes.
Dude, what was that? Chupacabra.
You know what I want to do? I want to get a bunch of older Mexican people to just tell various chupacabra stories. Because, I think it's George Lopez in one of his stand-up acts talks about, his grandma called it something else. I can't remember what it is, but it's the same idea.
Right.
But basically that, or maybe it was chupacabra, to where she would threaten them with...
You no go to bed, chupacabra get you.
It's something like that, yeah. So...
That's nice. That's good parenting.
I know, right? Effective, though.
Yeah, effective.
Scared the shit out of him, so,
If you don't go to bed, I'm going to come in here and stab you.
The worst part's got to be, though, you go to bed or a chupacabra will get you kind of a thing, and you're laying in bed and you start hearing something at the window, and you're like, God. Soiling your bed and
exactly.
Your floor.
Dropping refried beans into the sheets. That's no good.
Not at all. You do not want the old bed burrito.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. And more animal story. Aggressive turkey stalks and terrorizes Detroit woman every day.
What amazes me is it's a Detroit woman. There's a turkey there.
Yes.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. And that it's nicknamed Godzilla.
Well, yes. Godzilla!
What would you do if a neighbor were constantly lurking in your yard, waiting for you to leave your house, and even on occasion, physically assaulting you? So it's like living next door to you?
Yes.
Okay, now what if that neighbor were a turkey? Dun, dun, dun.
So it's an old man with a really flappy neck.
Yes. Yeah. Edna Gaisler, 69,
nice name,
has been forced to confront that very issue. For the past month, a wild turkey has been stalking her every day. Hey, wild turkey stalks me too, but it's in the liquor cabinet.
That's right.
Anyway, at her house on the outskirts of Detroit. Please, there's nothing near Detroit.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways. She's become so familiar with the 25-pound bird that she's even given him a name, Godzilla.
That sounds like Thanksgiving. 25-pound bird. That's enough to feed a whole family.
That's what she should do, is just every time the neighbor's out, just be standing outside with a fucking, like, a knife and a, the thing that hones, that straightens the blade.
Oh, like a whetstone.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah.
Or like the old school, she's got the axe and the grindstone.
Yeah. Just, like a little drool dripping out of your mouth. Like, you gonna be good.
Recipe book of, like, gravy recipes and shit.
Yeah. Or no, a big book that says, how to prepare your neighbor's turkey. Oh, man. She said Godzilla begins to guard her car around 7 a.m. each morning, preventing her from getting in. He even chases her to the front door of her house, flying at her... Well, okay, first of all, turkeys can't fly.
Yeah.
It says flying at her chest and occasionally grasping at her with his claw.
It's not a turkey, it's a rapist.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Her friend, Rick Reed, told the Detroit Free Press the bird once bit him on the elbow.
Well, do you remember me telling you this when we went... My dad and I went to that goofy-ass pet store that had, like, the wild, crazy... Like, you went there's like, a fawn in there and shit. And there was this turkey walking around the store. And it kept fucking following me, right? And then finally, I'm like, I went to my dad, I'm like, what's with the turkey? So he asked.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's just... Because, of course, the turkey's name was Tom. Why wouldn't it be? It's just Tom. You just got to pet him. So I petted the turkey, and it left me alone the rest of the time we were there.
Wow.
It was weird.
That is kind of weird. You start to pet him, and he's like, lower. Even lower. Perfect.
Either way, they're delicious. That's all I know.
Yep, fair enough. Diggity sent this one to us. It's about the government seizing .coms.
Really?
Yeah, and they say that basically if it ends in .com, it's seizable.
Are they not fans of .gov? That's their shtick.
I know, right? Well, by seizable, I think they're trying to shut whatever they want to down, basically.
Oh, like okay, I see now.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what's the... Where is it?
It's like if they weren't a fan of BuzzFeed, they could seize BuzzFeed.com and shut it down.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Way to go, government.
For example, the U.S. government program known as Operation In Our Sights. Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
Acquires federal court orders to shutter sites it believes are hawking counterfeited goods, illegal sports streams, and unauthorized movies and music.
Ugh.
Like you said.
Yeah.
Or like, what do you call that?
Like a mega upload.
Mega upload, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's the government going, we still don't understand the internet, and it scares and frightens us.
Yes.
We must try to control it.
Mm-hmm.
Which the internet, you just got to let it run wild.
You're right. Do you know what it is? It's the government is looking at the internet the way that they've gotten people to look at the economy.
Yeah.
As though it's some mysterious beast that can't be understood.
Right.
You know, it just kind of does whatever it wants. So...
That I agree with when it comes to the internet.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I mean, Jesus
well, they Anonymous has been proving that lately.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they've been attacking all sorts of... I mean, did you see they shuttered the Vatican site last week, I believe?
Hilarious.
Uh-huh. I agree. That's some crazy shit. Oh, here we go. You ready for a titty story?
Gotta have one.
It's the breast story of the week.
It's not an episode of Salty Language without some titties.
That's right. Topless models banned from front page of German newspaper Bild. Unacceptable. Let them titties wave free in the breeze.
I would subscribe to newspapers again.
I think more people.
No, actually, I wouldn't. I got the internet.
It would help newspapers, probably a bit at least. Yeah. No, maybe not, because, like, you know, titty mags are not selling like they used to. No, so, and if magazines devoted to titties aren't, who wants it with a bunch of news stories, too?
Yeah. Unless they have, like, Family Circus with titties.
No. Family Circus. The men at Germany's biggest-selling newspaper apparently had an attack of remorse on International Women's Day. They scrapped its signature front-page topless female models. The Bild daily proclaimed that Friday's bare-breasted front-page blonde would be the last of more than 5,000 women who've appeared since '84. Bild said it was perhaps a small step from women's point of view, but it's as big a step for Bild and all men in Germany. The newspaper said its male staff made the decision Thursday when it gave all female employees the day off to mark International Women's Day. But
man, no sandwiches for anyone.
I know.
Jeez.
But it hinted that the Bild girl may not be totally gone, saying it wants to be sexy in future too, but in a more modern way and better wrapped inside the paper.
Oh, I know.
I just put it on the website.
So they open up like page 3,
and it's a centerfold.
It's it's like the the old spread eagle like hustler shot.
Oh man,
the old gyno exam shot.
It's like, wow, I didn't know that. Oh, it's like, wow, they're starting to show the insides of caves. Wait a minute,
Space Monster. Oh,
chupacabras. The topless models have graced the most editions of Bild over the years, though they have occasionally had to take the day off. For instance, the day after German Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger was elected as Pope Benedict the 16th. I don't see why. You still put a titty girl on the cover.
Who cares?
I'd put the Pope next to it with like thumbs up. Like 2 thumbs up for them titties.
With his evil Jedi face.
I know, right? Lightning. The move was quickly welcomed by one female official, Bavarian State Justice Minister Beat Merck, who tweeted...
Sexy name.
who tweeted, good decision. But one regular columnist wasn't so thrilled. Bill doesn't want to print any more girls on page 1 because it doesn't correspond with the women of today. Franz Joseph Wagner wrote in his second page column Friday, I think the editor-in-chief of Bild is crazy. How can he banish the dream girl?
Oh, those wacky Germans.
I know. I don't know, whatever. You know, in like them countries, it's not as big of a deal. Like over here, that'd be a massive deal.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden, like our local newspapers, like, or USA Today was like
the Bedford Press.
Yeah.
It was like titty girl.
Yeah, you're like, whoa.
Whoa, huh? I wouldn't throw it away every week.
Right. It may not line as many bird cages.
Exactly. It makes good fire starter out in a fire pit. That's all I know.
I don't know. It's always funny because, you know, the idea of nudity in any form always is that one where it always ends up at the crossroads of empowerment versus exploitation.
Yeah, but meanwhile, there's, front page, there's 3 people shot overseas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's fine, though.
That's good. We're good. Good dead bodies like good.
Violence always good. Nudity always evil.
Pity scary.
Yep. Some of them are. Some of them are.
Well, fair enough. The old floor draggers.
Yep. Speaking of a floor dragger, Leanne Mook faked cancer.
Mook?
I don't know. It's Moock, so we're calling her Mook. Yeah. gets faked cancer to avoid jail, then gets a 5-year sentence. A Philadelphia woman who faked having cancer to avoid reporting to prison has been ordered to spend nearly 5 years behind bars for obstruction and fraud committed during her medical scam.
Why would you think that's a good idea?
I know,
all
right?
It takes is one doctor's visit.
Yeah. She was sentenced Thursday by a federal judge in Philly. She pleaded guilty in November to charges including obstruction and aggravated identity theft involving her father. She stole her dad's identity? That's kind of weird. Authorities say Mook faked the illness to avoid a 4-month sentence imposed in 2007.
What a dummy.
For stealing money from the bank accounts of elderly victims.
I hope she gets, fisted in prison.
In that time, authorities say she had a baby, underwent cosmetic surgery, and obtained $56,000 in bank loans by stealing her father's personal information.
Wow, she deserves it.
Yeah. Again, Darwin file. Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure we're going to have to go with Salty Shithead of the Week on that one.
Or Co-Cunt of the Week.
I actually like Co-Cunt of the Week because it's almost like saying Coke Cunt of the Week.
Delicious.
I don't mean like the drink.
Oh.
I was mean, well, either way, delicious. Oh. Speaking of something not delicious.
This is hilarious.
You want to man this one? I got to get a drink.
For all you who are old school wrestling fans, who doesn't like the Hulkster? Right?
Right.
He had his hit single, Hulkster in Heaven.
Right. Almost was in Metallica.
He was fucking Thunder Lips in Rocky.
Yep. Tears his shirt off and flops his tits around for everybody.
Apparently he has a sex tape out.
Right.
A recent one.
Right.
Not a Hogan in his prime one.
Yeah.
A recent back surgery, horseshoe-headed, wrinkly-assed.
Yep.
Sex tape that's being shopped around.
What you gonna do, brother?
And I,
when the saggiest nuts in the world get
but
drug
I have
over
to watch it because it's the Hulkster.
Oh my god! All I want is right before the money shot, he fucking tears his shirt off, or he starts doing the breathing thing.
What if in the beginning of it, he grabs his little piss holes on his underwear and rips them off?
He fucking drops the leg before he jizzes on her. It's kind of like a donkey punch type of scenario, you know?
In between, so they go one session, and they're about ready to start session number 2, and his dick starts hulking up.
Right.
He just chops her in the face. Quack, quack.
After the money shot, he starts doing the ear thing. Flexing. Oh, man.
Fucking Mania's about ready to run wild on you.
Before he fucks her, Mean Gene steps out. Oh, let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Oh, God. He let loose all of his little Hulkamaniacs right in her face. Oh, Hulkster, what were you thinking?
Oh, and here we go, raping childhoods once again.
That's what we do.
Ching! Do you know my favorite part of reading this whole story is that he doesn't remember who it was.
I know, he's like, oh. I heard an interview with him when he's like, there's lots of brunettes.
Yeah.
It's like, and if you listen to the interview, I think it's from TMZ, he fucking says probably 5 or 6 times, it wasn't in the last 5 years, because that's like the time he's been if it's girl or whatever.
Right.
He all he says is like, not 5 years. I hope it's
I don't know.
It was within the last 5 years.
I don't know how he could have been with the current one for 5 years. She's only like 18. I mean,
well, you saw him rubbing that lotion on his daughter's ass.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, Hulkster, what are you doing?
Thank God, though, he did say it was not his ex-wife, because
oh yeah, fair enough.
It's probably with his daughter.
Do you think after he was done banging her, he spray painted NWO on her?
Oh, God. He fucking jizzed NWO on her. NWO. He's fucking nuts. He's got the black beard up top. He's got a bandana.
A little pubis bandana.
Oh my God.
And a feather boa.
Oh, yes, of course.
Got to.
Dude, it actually says, oh my God, it says on the story, in the clip, Hogan sports a thong-shaped tan line.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? A 6-year-old man in a thong, that's what everyone wants to see.
I think Hogan should just fucking put the tape out himself.
Oh, God. I mean, hey, it worked for Kim Kardashian, right?
I know, right?
And Ray J.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Oh, man.
Yeah, I find this hilarious.
Oh, jeez. Damn it, Hulkster.
Now, I want to know what, like, you remember way back when we first started podcasting, remember when Warrior said Hulk was gay?
Mm-hmm.
So, is this a gentleman he's with, maybe?
Oh, man, wouldn't that be something?
That would be something.
It'd be like a Dumb and Dumber moment, like from the back, it looks like a shapely woman, and then after he like, hits the tramp stamp, bullseye, they turn around, and it's like Ultimate Warrior.
Brutus.
Yeah, it's Brutus, nice. It's, what's his name from, oh, God, the Nasty Boys, the blonde-haired dude that he's friends with.
Was it here, Teethless or Booger?
Yeah. Sean, I used to call him Snot and Toothless.
That's what
it was. Yeah. God, I think his name, there's Sags and Knobs, I think was their names, which is also probably the same name that people have for Hogan.
Exactly. Sag and Knob.
Oh, my God. I just pictured the, what you gonna do, brother, when the droopiest testes in America get drug over you. Oh, man. He gives her a Roman war helmet, and it looks like an old person with a floppy nose.
Throws her in the corner, climbs up, then gives her a roll.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, God. Do you think he does a test of strength before they started?
Yeah, I'd have to say yes.
She hits him with a back rake partway through.
Thumb to the eye.
He sells it and falls to the ground.
Actually, cockhead to the eye.
Oh, God. We need to move on.
Yeah, or we'll do this all day.
I don't see a problem. So we've arrived at the site of the week. This is going to appear somewhat like a shameless plug, but it is, but it isn't.
Well, it is from our studios.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But it's not so much that I'm endorsing the product here, but you should at least go to the site and view.
Watch the commercial.
There's a commercial on it. Maybe jump through the page and read the whatnot on it, because it's a pretty funny and well done site. It's dollarshaveclub.com, and again, the link will be on the old Facebook page.
Right.
And the idea of the page is that it's these razor blade companies.
Razors are fucking expensive.
Ridiculous. And that basically they're trying to come up with a way to, make it cheaper for people. And the commercial shows the guy who's the head of the Dollar Shave Club just basically showing how he's as good as the people who endorse the more expensive razors. And it's fucking great.
The commercial's priceless.
It's beautiful. It's one of the better things I've seen in a while. Like I said, some of the stuff through the site's
looks
funny.
Like a spoof commercial, but it's for an actual product.
Yeah, that's what I love. I actually
it.
Thought this whole thing was like a gimmick, and then I realized that it is, but it's an actual, it's a legitimate company.
It's a legitimate gimmick.
Yeah. It's not just like a Funny or Die video, which is what I thought it was.
It looks like one.
It really
easily could be.
Like you could just imagine like Will Ferrell doing this role.
Like you could see this like on an SNL commercial.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
so
I don't know. It's good stuff.
Have a rook-see at that.
I might have to take a look at it. Maybe join the club.
Ooh. All right.
The
Mile Low Club.
Time for some sweet tea. That's what I say.
That's right. And this is also the part of the show where, as we did a few weeks ago, we're going to do a couple of the Would You Rathers, or at least one. So let's flip-a-doodly through.
Random flipping.
Tell me when to stop. No, you, not the people at home.
Oh. All right, go.
Okay, here we go. Would you rather have Wolverine-type retractable claws made of penises or not?
I'm going to go with yes. How hilarious would that be?
What kind of sound effect does it make instead of snicked? Because it can't be snicked if dicks are flopping out.
That's true.
Although also, the one question I would have to ask is, are they flaccid or are they erect?
Depends on the situation, I guess.
If you're excited.
And room temperature.
Nice.
Like, why did your top of your hands develop warts?
You're at the, oh my God, I can't think of the name of the school. Whatever, you're at the school, the Xavier School or whatever.
The Professor Xavier School for Gifted Children.
Right. So you're there, or in this case, very gifted. Anyway, so
what a shitty mutant power that would be. I'm Dickhand guy.
Professor X is like, X-Men, I need you to go out and do things. And you're like, hold on, I got to take me a blue pill. Or I got to take me a Cialis and go soak in the tub.
It's just got the Cialis 24 hours, so it's always ready.
Right. And Magneto shows up. He's like, hey, want to go have a soak? So you're soaking in the tub next to each other. And
well, of course.
Then the moment's right, and then you fight. Oh, man.
Wow, old penis hands.
Can you imagine though? It's like Snick. 3 of them pop out and they're erect, but partway through the fight, like one of them's getting a little floppy. Like he just don't have the blood pressure to maintain 3 raging, or 6 as it were,
raging hard-on hands.
How embarrassed would you be if you lose to that guy, though?
That would.
He just is slapping you around.
Would not go into the superhero business. He'd just become a porn star.
You're right. He's like,
that's some freaky, shitty porn.
I'm the best there is at what I do.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I'm
totally with you. I want him just for the comedic effect.
Exactly.
Especially because if it's Wolverine's like powers, you can control when they come out.
Yeah.
Which is much better than what men actually have. Because you can't quite as much control that.
Nothing worse than awkward boner time.
Ask any 13-year-old with a book in front of him.
It's one way. There's this pic, you've probably seen it. There's a pic of like 2 hotties in bikinis. Mm-hmm. And there's like a young teen behind him. He's got a raging boner in a swimsuit. He's all... It's the funniest thing ever.
Oh, man. That's why you always carry a book, man. I'm telling
you. That's right. The old hide-a-boner.
All right, so here's another one. Oh, God, the one on the other page would make some of our listeners' head explode, probably.
Good. Yay.
This one is, would you rather go to a bachelor party thrown by Genghis Khan or Jabba the Hutt?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt's going to be more party time. He's going to have the Cantina band.
Yeah, he's got the band. He's got the slave Leah.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's probably going to have some bitches up in slave costumes.
Little salacious crumb. Right? It sits on him eating worms or whatever. Yep. Plus, you get to watch human sacrifice.
Right. And you know he's going to throw a bitchin' party.
And he's got a fucking yacht.
True. But tell me the party by Genghis Khan ain't going to be crazy.
That's true, because I do believe, I think it's like 10% of all the people in the world are like tied into Genghis Khan because the amount of fucking he did.
Exactly. I mean, he's always down to get down,
Yeah.
However, you might end up being one of the people he gets down with.
True.
That may be a risk.
And he was a hell of a party animal just from watching Bill and Ted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, underneath it says things to consider.
Oh, okay, excellent.
The Mongol horde is a potential sausage fest, which is also true.
Good point.
Keg stands with Boba Fett.
Good point.
That's a tough sell.
Did you see the comic I put up on Tumblr?
Yes.
The Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Anyone else think of fucking this? Because I do. A lot. I'm going to have to go with Jabba.
I think I go with Jabba,
too. It does seem like a party.
It does.
The whole planet is like a big beach.
Exactly.
Come on.
It's like hedonism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except you've got Jabba there. But what are you going to do?
Hey,
somebody's got to host.
Exactly.
And listen, on that planet, if Jabba's pulling bitches, everybody's pulling bitches, right?
That's true.
And life, like Cube says, life ain't nothing but bitches and money.
That's right. And Jabba's got blue bitches with like 6 titties.
And he's got plenty of money.
Looks like a nursing pig.
Yeah. And you'll probably run into Captain Kirk there, too.
Well,
with all them crazy alien girls. Kirk's always down to get down. Yeah. That's why he does a lot of coughing, and he's always got pneumonia for some reason.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one more here, even though this is unprecedented.
Oh, shit.
Who would make the best lesbian porn? Number 6 and Boomer from Battlestar Galactica, which means nothing to me as I've not watched the show.
Okay.
Ginger and Marianne from Gilligan's Island, who are each 1 million now, or dead. Or Pocahontas and the chick from Disney's Aladdin, which would be Jasmine.
Yes. Have you watched any Battlestar?
No.
Okay. Any ads for it? Because Boomer's an Asian chick.
Okay.
Number 6 is like the tall blonde you see in all the promos.
Oh, okay. I know who that is then. All right. Fair
There
enough.
you go. So put faces with names for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my initial argument is I'm immediately going to get rid of Pocahontas and Jasmine because they're cartoons.
Yes.
At least the other are real women. And
true.
I just like any of the comments whenever people are like, when we had the comic whatnots, when people were like, oh, this girl's so hot. I'm like, dude, cartoon.
It's a comic.
It's a comic.
It's a drawing.
Now, when you go to the conventions and someone's cosplaying it, different story.
Yeah, exactly. Takes it to a whole new level.
Right. Now, if you were like, do you want that girl? It's like, slow down. Now we can talk.
Let's back out.
All right.
Let's say the ladies who dress up as Disney princesses in Disney.
All right, fair enough.
Right.
We'll make a little change there. It's like cosplay girls.
Cosplay girls
fair
as
enough.
Jasmine and...
All right, I'll allow that. Pocahontas.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Now, the other problem I have is we're going to have to age Pocahontas because Pocahontas, it's got to be the Disney Pocahontas because, in the real stories, Pocahontas was like 13.
So this works in Romania.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
She's already a grandmother, pretty much.
It's true. She's elderly. Shit. Past her prime.
Right. And again, we'll also assume Ginger and Marianne of the days on Gilligan's Island, not as they would be now, to where they're either dead or like a million.
Skeleton scissoring.
Yikes.
Shaking a bag of antlers.
Yeah. It's a whole new, it gives a whole new definition to boning.
Boy, does it.
One thrust and you shatter her pelvis. Not again.
Oh, old home sex.
It's not a sex swing. It's just a harness she needs.
It's traction. Well, as a Battlestar fan, I'm going to have to go for number 6 at Boomer. Plus, it's, well, spoiler alert, Cylon porn.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Here's my thing. Ginger and Marianne don't mean a lot to me because we're younger than that generation, you know. The Pocahontas and Jasmine, even if it's cosplay girls, still feels a little creepy to me. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get it. They're not white.
That too.
I knew it.
I don't know. That just feels weird to me.
I agree.
It's like, look, our our ancestors already raped Indians enough,
and Arabics back in the day.
Yeah.
You had Crusades.
Yeah.
Then you have the conquering of America.
So let's just leave those two alone.
They've seen enough damage.
Yeah, I'll go with you only because of the three, to me, I think that's the one where it's just oddly enough, the least weird to me.
Fair enough.
As odd as that is, two women from a sci-fi program.
Plus, if you watch the show, you basically see the tall blonde nude all the time anyway.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's
damn close sometimes.
like looking at Mystique.
Yeah, kind of. It's just,
Fair
it's
enough.
just the way it's shot.
Oh, my God. Okay, so here we go. This is the last thing I want to...
All right.
And then we can, get out of here because we're running long again.
Wrap it up.
We always run long, though.
Pants barrel.
Boom! Hashtag pants barrel. All right. So, a couple weeks ago, I DVR'd X-Men First Class.
Okay. I have not seen it.
Because I had not watched it, okay?
Right. I'm putting hashtag pants barrel up
That's
on Twitter
fair.
right now.
That's fair. So, anyway. It was on Cinemax at like 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning, something like that.
Right.
So I DVR'd it because, I'd be in bed. Well, Jen goes to play it like the next day, and she's like, "Do you want to watch this?" And I'm like, "Sure." Well, I don't know. I had gone in to use the facilities, and as I come out, she's like, "What did you record?" And I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "Watch this." She plays it from the beginning, and there's some dude like balls deep in a girl, basically, because it's on Skinamax.
Right.
So whatever was on directly before X-Men was a fucking movie that had dude, I'm not kidding you. Like the dude's on top of the girl, and like you can see it's kind of a sort of a side / back,
just barely shot enough to get away with.
Yeah,
it.
and you can see her titties and his ass is, and it was like, wow, really? Like you'd think they would put a gap between that and X-Men, considering kids might watch the X-Men.
Nope.
Yeah. So, but as far as the movie goes, I'll give you a real quick thing. Even though the movie's been out long enough, this isn't like an official review, but it's worth watching. There's some things that bother me about it, but not enough to take away from the movie.
Fair enough.
So it's definitely worth a watch.
I plan on watching it.
Yeah.
Especially if they got the balls deep part in the very beginning.
Yeah, well... Unfortunately, I think that's the director's cut.
Oh.
Like, it was funny because, it's kind of like, wow, the origin of the X-Men really changed from what I remember.
I don't remember this
Like, they're
all.
actually showing the origin of Professor X. Like, His mom and dad are going at it.
I'm going to fuck you so hard, this kid's going to get some sort of brain power. What?
Then it shows, like, the sperm going towards the egg, and one of the sperm forces the egg to open and goes in. Oh,
there's one sperm in a little wheelchair. Like, if he only knew what was omened for him.
Oh, man. That is great. He comes out with the wheelchair.
Of course his mother dies.
Yeah, well, no, she doesn't. She just never walks the same again. And then it shows a bunch of scenes of him growing up, and every time his mom's like, Charles, can you go get the mail? And he was like, I'm in a wheelchair, and she's like, my vagina. And he's like, all right, I'll get it.
I still have tire tracks. For the love of God.
I have no innards anymore. You ripped them all out. My shit inside got tangled in the wheels.
You closed your tire brake on my labia majora. If that's even a part.
Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Woo. All right, well, that seems like a pretty good way to go out, right?
I think so.
I don't think we can top that one. Oh, man. Well, there you go, folks. I guess all that's left to be said is...
St. Patty's Day, hey, you better have had a beer and been fine.
Right.
But not too much.
Take it easy.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I know I will.
We here at Salty Language do not support over drinking. No.
Yeah, we do.
Always drink responsibly. And then have some more. Woo! Have a beer, y'all be fine.
See you.